Hello and welcome to the In Focus series section of Drishti IAS. I am Aisha Singh, and in today's video we will be discussing the topic of hypertension and what is the India's map of hypertension, how does it differ from state to state and from age group to age group, and what and why. We will be looking into all the aspect of the term hypertension. So about the timeline, first we'll be looking at the news, then what is hypertension, district level prevalence of hypertension, and age group wise prevalence also. What are the initiatives taken by India and on global level to stop hypertension, and in the end prelims MCQ. Topic is of relevance from GS paper 2, that is health. Important point that you need to know is district and age wise difference and the initiatives taken by India and on global level. And before that, now because the Diwali is coming, so Drishti IAS is coming up with a surprise for you people, and that is 50% off on all online courses and pen drive courses also, and test series from 10th of November to 14th of November. So you can download the Drishti Learning app and can enhance your preparation with whatever need you feel. So the topic is India's hypertension map, how different states, regions fare. So we will be talking about the term hypertension. Now what is hypertension? Hypertension is high blood pressure. So the term blood pressure is very much always remains in news. What is blood pressure? It means the flow of blood in our body. High blood pressure means that the flow of blood in our body becomes very high, and the low blood pressure means that the flow of river in our body or through the blood vessels becomes very low. So hypertension means high blood pressure. So there is a National Family Health Survey data which has been published by the journal, and the name of the journal is JAMA, J-A-M-A, and the journal talks about that there is a variation in the level of hypertension from state to state. It differs from district to district, it differs, and also from age group to age group it differs. And it does not only differs in the diagnosis, it also differs in the treatment, it also differs how many people are cured by it. So it differs from place to place, and it has been seen that the southern states are more prone to the hypertension than the national average. So the southern states has a higher prevalence of hypertension than the national average. This has been said in the journal. So first of all, let's talk about the word hypertension, that is the high blood pressure. Now what is the average blood pressure that a normal human needs to have? So that is 120 by 80. And when we say 120 by 80, now what is 120 and what is 80? So these are two different entities. One, that is 120 is known as systolic, while which 80 is known as diastolic. Now you will be thinking, now what is systolic and diastolic? Very obvious question that will come to your mind. So the high blood pressure is when the pressure in your blood vessels is too high. It means that the blood is running at a very high speed. It is 140 by 90. So this is the digit through which a high blood pressure can be said. Normal is 120 by 80. If it becomes 140 by 90 and above it, then it is called hypertension or high blood pressure. And it is common in people, but it can get very, very serious. And blood pressure is written as two numbers, as I said, systolic and diastolic. Now what is systolic? Systolic means pressure in blood vessels when the heart contracts or beats. It means that when the heart is contracting, and whenever we say that heart is beating up and it is contracting, now that is what is systolic, the first phase. What is 140 and here what is 120? Now this is systolic. It means that the contraction of the heart. And diastolic is pressure in the blood vessels when the heart rests between beats. So systolic is heartbeat. and between the heartbeat, whenever the heart is taking rest, that is called diastolic. Here it is the term 90 and here it is 80. So this is diastolic. Systolic when the heart is contracting or heartbeat, and diastolic when the heart is taking rest. And there is a World Hypertension Day, and the World Hypertension Day is celebrated on May 17. And this day has been celebrated so that it can create awareness among people and all over the world and also in India regarding the problem of hypertension and the ever increasing problem of hypertension. Now let us see the district level prevalence of hypertension. So the first line talks about prevalence, second is about diagnosed, third is about treated, and fourth is about controlled. Now there is a fact which goes on in our country, in India, that is that if, like for example, 100 people are suffering from hypertension, then only a certain people will be diagnosed with it, or certain people will go for the diagnosis of it, and among the person diagnosed, very few will take the treatment, and among the people who have taken the treatment, very few will be able to control it, or very few will be able to come out with that problem with the flying colors. So let us see, if we talk about the total population, then the prevalence is 28.1%, diagnosed is 36.9%, and among the diagnosed, treated is 17.7% and controlled is 8.5%. So you will see that the numbers will be becoming lesser when it comes to diagnosis. Then from diagnosis, lesser number will be among the treated people, and from among the treated people, lesser number will be of the controlled people. So if we talk about men and women, then between men and women, men is more prone to the prevalence of hypertension, that is 30.6, while women is 25.7. And if we talk about the diagnosis, now here you will get a very interesting fact that between men and women, the diagnosis percentage is more among the female. So 44.6% females are getting diagnosed, while male is 28.4%. Treated is also female more, while controlled is also more number of females. If we talk about the age group, that is from 18 to 39, 40 to 64 and 65 and above, then the prevalence is highest in 65 and above, which is 54.3%. Then there is 40 to 64 years, which is 37.2%. If we talk about the diagnosis, then it is also highest in the 65 and above age group, while among the three age group, the lowest is 18.39 years. Then if we talk about the treatment, then treatment is also highest in 65 and above age group, and controlled is also highest in 65 and above age group. Then wealth highest quintile. Wealth highest quintile, it means the people who are earning good amount of money and are wealthy people. Then the prevalence is 31.1%, diagnosed is 40.7%, treated is 21.7%, while controlled is 10.8%. So this is about the facts. Now you do not have to remember all the facts. What you have to remember and what can be useful for you people is, first of all, among men and women, prevalence is more in females and diagnosis is also more in women. So this fact you can also use. And then among the age group, what you can use the fact is that prevalence is highest in 65 and above age group, while diagnosis is also highest in 65 and above age group. So among the risk factors, it means because of which hypertension can take place, and the chances of hypertension increases or high blood pressure increases. So it can be high salt diets. So some people who are taking very salty diets, they can be at risk of hypertension. Then lack of physical activity. Now this is becoming a problem in today's time, that people, because they are mostly working on the laptops or the computers, the physical activity is becoming very low, and this also increases the chances of hypertension. Then excessive alcohol consumption. And genetics are also believed to be one of the reasons that it is happening because of shifting from generation to generation. And other risk factors can also be people are not taking healthy diet, or people are not taking balanced diet. Then too much of stress can be a reason for it. Too much of exertion can also be a reason of it many a times. So these are few of the risk factors. Now let's talk about symptoms. What happens if a person is suffering from high blood pressure? Then that is headaches, blood, vision, chest pain and other symptoms. Majority of the people in starting or for a very long period of time suffers from the problem of headaches. Now, what steps can be taken to reduce this problem of hypertension? Then it can be like a person needs to take a balanced diet. A person needs to take a diet which is less on salt. Then proper physical activity needs to be done. Person has to either quit or lower down the alcohol consumption or tobacco consumption. And the level of stress also needs to be controlled in a person's life. Proper sleep can also be very beneficial for the person suffering from hypertension. Now let's talk about the initiatives which has been taken by India and on the global stage with regard to the hypertension. So first of all, let's talk about India. So India Hypertension Control Initiative Program, this has been launched to create awareness among the people with regard to hypertension. And India also aims to put 75 million patients with hypertension or diabetes on standard care by the year 2025. So the target year is 2025. And if we talk about on the global level, then the global target to reduce the prevalence of hypertension by 25% by 2025. So the target year is again 2025 and the percentage is 25%. Now, WHO, which is World Health Organization, and the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, they have also launched the Global Heart Initiative in the year 2016 to have a healthy heart for the people, to create awareness among the people so that they can have a healthy heart, and healthy heart leads to healthy life. And in the end, a prelims MCQ, and you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. Which sustainable development goal is associated with ensure healthy lives and promote well-being of all? So ensuring healthy lives and promoting well-being of all is which sustainable development goal? So it is SDG 3, 4, 5 or 6. You must be knowing about this, because knowing about the sustainable development goals is important. You can also use it in your answer writing practice. So give me the answer. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading and keep writing.